Hey guys, welcome back to Galatea and also to Fuaranna. Hello.
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 So, how are you today?
I am good. I worked a lot on the build.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
We have been very busy and productive these last days. I can tell you that much. And you will see it in this video, which is also quite long this time. But as you guys know, we have a deadline. It's a short series, and since we have one more episode left after this, we thought we would try to cram pack as much as we could of both of our builds into this build here. So that's kind of like what all is about today. And as you can see on the video, this is not me building, this is Fuaranna.
It's a me.
It's a me, Fuaranna. Yeah, so what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, you can see me clumsily trying to make a tower and trying to fill around a bit and stuff like that. There was, for a long time, it was only your buildings in the middle of the plaza. But it was very open near the back of the park. So I felt like we needed some more big structures, a bit of a city vibe going on. So yeah, I started out with that bridge section that I've made before. And I'm now basically building on top of that. So it's all...
One more custom roof.
Yeah, more pieces for sure.
Yay!
Yeah, you can see me here making a spire or dome, sort of. Yeah, I do like the shape of this one.
It's very nice. Looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really nice to try out different materials and yeah, of course, looking over what you have used and what I have used so far and trying to all combine it in one big piece. So this is basically a big clump of buildings that I'm building here now. Yeah,
it actually is, but you make it look so cool when it's done. It's quite amazing what you start here. We had to cut a little bit of our footage off to not make it like 2 hours long. So yeah, you'll see a little bit of a few cuts, but we'll try to explain along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, you started with this square box basically in the middle here, and then you just add on it everywhere,
more
basically.
And more. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so cool, the end result.
Thanks. I'm really happy with it too. Lots of what I really like about this build of ours is that in this park we have so many levels where people walk on top of buildings, and then there's walkways everywhere, so many layers, and I really wanted to continue that with this one and have a nice overview point. And I knew that there was a bridge coming, which is what you're going to build later.
Yes.
So I had to do like a bit of an entrance to that, and also make shapes for, we're still missing some crucial buildings. If you actually have a park and you actually are going to play it for the management style, you need all these staff buildings and stuff like that. So I wanted to create more space for that. And also, as you can see here, that block section on the top, I was trying to build up to it, because at some point it will need good supports that are not 100 meters long. Well, it's not 100 meters high. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And this is, I think, all this footage of me building together is like 6 hours of, 6 or 7 hours of building.
Oof.
All crammed together. So, yeah, it's sped up, of course, but I've been busy this week.
You've done a lot of progress. I mean, you guys just saw a little teaser of it in the cinematics. How you guys saw how everything kind of looks together, and my God, I mean, I just said before we started the recording, I said to Fuaranna, I can't believe we actually managed to build something like this within 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's quite cool.
That is quite quite crazy actually. But I mean, you even mentioned it too, right? Like with kind of like we put so much of our creativity and like so much into this build that it's also starting to like fade out a little bit creativity-wise now, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's only so much you can do in 2 to 3 weeks of non-stop building, and we knew from the start that this is a really big project, and we had to get working to get it done in time. So we knew that from the start, but still, it feels a little bit. I need a break.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. But it is kind of like that all the time, right? You put like if you get an idea, you have like a new theme you want to explore. I mean, you literally just go ham on them, right? Like you want to see what can I do, and then at some point it just stops, and then you go over to something else.
Yeah,
that's kind of like I like this game how it works.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, everyone has multiple projects, right? Because at some point, you don't want to get burned out on your project because you love your project and you just need to do something else. I mean, alongside Planet Coaster, I've been playing like Monster Hunter and stuff like that too, just to get my mind out of the building game, you know. And it really works because in the morning I'm like ready to start again and get working.
Yeah, and also we kind of like push each other, but not like on purpose, but just more in like that way that then like let's say you've had it for 6-7 hours, and then you send me pictures, and then all of a sudden I go in the park and I like see what you've done, you know, like, and then all of a sudden ideas just comes to mind, as we mentioned in the previous video. Like it just keeps on. It's a nice flow it gives you.
Yeah.
Doing it like this.
Yeah, that's really the positive. That's really the coolest thing about this duo contest thing, where you work together, you inspire each other. Of course, you need to have some sort of same workflow, because I think we both work pretty similar, so that works really well.
Yeah. And we're fast too, fast builders. But we actually said that before we even started this project. We did say that. Because we skipped like sort of the first week.
Yeah.
We kind of said, nah, we're fast builders. We can manage this, right?
Oh, why did we say that?
Yeah, I don't know, but
I regret it.
Guys, we are getting done. Don't worry.
Yep. Yes.
And even so, as you heard, we have even one more episode. We thought this was gonna be the last one, but we built so much and recorded so much that we were just like, let's just freaking show this.
Yeah, indeed. Put so much work into it. Yeah.
And also, it's not like your builds. You don't do this speed build and such. So it's nice that people can also see how another builder builds and stuff like that. You know, on a video like this, where they get two builders building the same theme, but in some way their own styles.
Yeah, you can. It's maybe even
it's
compare
cool.
it. I don't know if you can, but maybe it is. There is something you can notice, the difference between how we build. I don't really know, but
yeah, I mean, in the start we varied it a little bit differently, right? But still kept focused. But then now, the later in we go, because we have been building this for a few weeks now, we kind of like in it together, theming wise, and so we kind of like take a bit from each other's builds now, and that's what makes this new build, you know.
Yeah.
That's the main goal.
Yep.
By the way, I love that tower you did on the level. By the way, I didn't get commented on that. I love the deco you did on it.
Yeah, I am really happy with that too. I try to put it everywhere in the park now. It's just I actually well, you will see that later. I used it for the ride, so yeah. You will see it later, because I've been working today too, and you haven't even seen yet what I did. So yeah. But I think it's really fun to combine different shapes, the circles with the square towers. Yeah, that contrast effect again. I'm always trying to get off grid. And this is the big tower that I'm building here, which I'm also really proud of. Because we both came up with the idea of having a tower in the middle of that helix that's going down.
Yes.
And yeah.
Oh my god, it looks so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And we are aware, as you guys can see now, Fuaranna is fiddling a bit with the near misses and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there will be none of that.
Yeah,
we got this.
Yeah, indeed, we really watch if it's not cutting through walls or anything, no clipping. Well, yeah, you know.
I mean, you might not be able some places. I mean, to stick your arms out, but
to
that's
strap
just how
them
it
to
is.
your body while you ride this coaster.
Nah, but it'll like it was just like if people saw in the video that that looked a little bit crazy, but we got it under control. We know, and
Yep.
it'll be all right. Everything will work fine. As you guys saw in the first cinematic, I mean, you saw how smooth it just went around this building here. Oh my god,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. And in this building, I just tried to mix as many different walls as I could together to get this really vibrant tower with all these colors.
Yeah.
And like castle pieces and stucco walls, and I don't even know what I'm what I'm using in here. All the things. So yeah, I just really feel some people sometimes limit themselves to a certain theme because it says it's fantasy, but you can make anything fantasy if you just color it differently or, you know, mix it with other patterns. Like, for example, on top here you see this Moorish top that has this decoration, and then right on top of that, that's like a Japanese wall. So there's like it's all these different things together that makes it look yeah.
But it works.
Yeah, because it works because I think that's because we chose a color set.
Yes.
And that all ties it all together. It all becomes family with each other because it has the same color, sort of. So it doesn't really matter what texture you use, as long as it, yeah. Oh, and then in a little bit you have that magical moment where I rotate that wall, and then it's just a whole new tower. I love that. You know what I mean? When you make one wall and then you rotate it and then it's just done.
Oh yeah, the satisfaction it gives you.
Yeah.
Right? And then also when you also like try to make one and then you see every time you move it, it's just that slight a bit off, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And then you're playing Planko.
It's not me.
It's not me who did it
It's
wrong.
never me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I love what you've done here. Like just how much this added, and it just feels even more majestic. And because it has the same kind of like peak height as the station has, so now the station doesn't feel overly majestic either. You know what I mean? Like everything blends well together, and everything like we have these spires and domes everywhere, and yeah, I love what you've done here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really nice to. I'm pretty happy. And
Oh, I bet.
and you also. That's also in this episode, right? Where you did the quay wall buildings, or is that the next episode? I don't know.
No, I do everything in this video here.
Okay, cool.
So, I mean, this is only the start of the video, guys. We're only 14 minutes in, right?
Hey,
And
look how much we've already built.
and there is so much stuff that is gonna be in this video.
Oh.
I mean, literally, as we said to each other, what you see in this video, like before we start going in now for the last time and do clutter and stuff, that's pretty much how it looks like. That's kind of like how you will manage to see it looks, and then with a few more buildings around. But it's actually, I would say, this video and when the cinematics come at the end and stuff, we're like 70%.
Yeah.
And with the things Fuaranna have done today while we record this, I think we're even up at what, 80 now, maybe?
Yes, I think so, because we build a lot of buildings in the start that we now can use in different locations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that! It's all rotated.
Yay! So pretty.
Yeah, so we can use all those buildings now. We recolor them a little bit. You don't have to make a unique building for every single view of the city. So that will definitely save us some time. Yes, because we only have one more day.
Yeah, and
24
as
hours
you
left.
say, and as you say, like I feel like it's nice that we have this midtown here, midsection of the town, which have these enormous, majestic buildings with colors, lots of going on. And then on the outskirts, where you see right now, you saw last episode where I did a more normal Moorish building. Those are like in the outskirts and still have this sort of pale color.
This is you building.
And,
Sorry.
And now we're to my end, yeah. So here, I'm super proud of this bridge. First of all, only not because I think it's one of the best bridges I've built, but also because the path on this bridge is angled, so to make it look somewhat real and just normal. I had to do some stuff, but at the end, for the end result here, I'm actually super happy for how it ended up looking. But you guys
amazing.
will see. And it's such a good addition to Fuaranna's build she did here for the first 15 minutes of the video. And that's kind of like what I like that. So now she built this, so that makes me to go here and find something I can connect with her build to this section over here. And that's what keeps the challenging going and keeps the creativity going constantly. And I really like that. So here I'm taking like one of the builds I built on the other videos, and just took the tower and extended it up a bit. And here I'm just kind of like making some sort of a spire to the top here, not making it super pretty, but just kind of like so you get the idea of what it's supposed to be up here. Like a little spire, a little peak on the top here. And I'm super happy how it looks, because I do end up adding one of the spires that I did for the smaller towers, and it helps so much, as you can see here. We have a lot of these spires going on in this town here, but that's kind of like the goal where we really wanted all these peaks and a lot of spires, and I actually didn't think we would come this far. Actually, I thought we would actually struggle a lot more with it for some weird reason.
The bridge?
No, like just the entire, like with the spire custom roof stuff. In some weird way, I always imagine it being a little like more difficult.
Yeah, the theme that we chose is quite challenging, though.
I mean, I don't want to flex or anything, but I just felt like it was more easier or more difficult to actually tackle this theme. But from what we have achieved and built, I'm pretty damn proud of
Pleasantly
this.
surprised. Yeah.
Yes.
Me too.
But as you can see here, guys, attaching all the 4 towers, making them the same height, because I needed that, because then I can connect these sort of arches I do here too. And man, do the adventure pieces help us a lot in this build. They are so versatile.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. If people out there still don't only have the main game, I would suggest the adventure pack for every other pack.
Yep.
For me, I feel like that pack is...
It's one of the best packs. Yeah, I agree with you.
The pieces are so versatile in that pack, and that was just something I would say here. If you guys were...
Like, look at those temple pieces. If you wouldn't have had those, it would have been so much harder to make these shapes with nice... It also has this nice stone texture. You can color them two colors. So there's like a main color and a dirt color. And you can make them look clean by having them both the same color. Or, make them really dirty by giving them the black as dirt color. And it's really... Yeah, it's really cool. It makes it grungy, and it's indeed super versatile. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, I think it's definitely one of the... I think I used most pieces from that pack. But yeah, that was just to say that this pack is very versatile, and the pieces here, you can literally do whatever you want with them. So, just a little recommendation there. But yeah, now we come to the funny part here. You see it's angled here. And it was tricky to kind of like make it work together. Because I had to find a way so I had to remove the curves a bit and make it look more real and attached to the bridge and etc. But because we are using also these castle windows, if you turn them around, you actually get this sort of limestone texture, which you have seen us use in all the other builds in this part. But they are just, again, versatile, and those are just the main game pieces, FYI. But if you turn them around, you just get this nice off-grid limestone piece, which is
pretty
amazing.
small too. This is really clever what you did though, with the weird shaped path and how you made it work in this really nice shape that you know, that how do you call that? That
the
arch
thing?
Yeah. I really think that's so clever how you did this.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm as I say, I'm pretty happy how this bridge ended up looking. And I also add some change. You'll see me add that right here in a few minutes. And I feel like after I add those changes, kind of like the realism sort of view
it makes
comes
it a
on
bit more plausible. I do love that.
Yes. That is held up by chains, right? I might go in and add some more supports to it, but for now, because it is angled down, right? So it doesn't need so much weight the more below you go compared to being up. But I mean, it's not like we've considered all that anyways. So much of it.
I do feel that the chains add something really, really cool to it, because most of these builds are really pretty, and sometimes I'm really struggling to find, because I do love really grungy buildings as well, and I do love these chains a lot because it makes it look badass. You know what I mean? These tough big chains.
It does. Yeah, it's really and I feel like, as you say, everything is so pretty, right? And the chains kind of like breaks it off a little bit, but still fits in some way. It was a shot I took. I remember also, I think I asked you actually, what do you think about these chains? And you were like, yeah. Keep them or something.
Badass.
So yeah, that's pretty much. I think the bridge is starting to be done here now. I know it's pretty pale and stuff, but there will be some more overgrown and vines and stuff from the water, which you also will see me add. You can already see there's been some water added below here, because we are gonna have that underwater section, which is something that I'm starting on today, which also will be finished tomorrow. But I have the ideas of what I want to do, and it's only a small section. But yeah, that's pretty much what we want to do, and it was the goal to sort of have water beneath here, and then make it feel like you're going underwater with the coaster, in a plausible way, obviously.
I've already seen what you did here, and it's beautiful. It's stunning. So yeah. And, I can't wait to see how you made that, though. Of course, I haven't seen you build it.
I kept some of it in, and then also cut a little bit out. It was mainly the terrain where finding the perfect level, so I could actually have water there without it overflooded the rest of the terrain we did where the coaster runs below.
Yeah.
That's I'm attaching both towers here and then making it look like a nice arch, so they go through there. And now we come to this section here where I'm making like the waterfall, water creek, just the water sort of system here. Because the coaster goes below here, where we will have like some sort of waterfall where the water is gonna obviously turn off before they enter, going under the water. And then we will have some glass monitors on left and right side underneath the tunnel. Of course with some concrete floor and roof. But then so you have left and right side will basically be... feel like you're underwater, where we'll put in some, I don't know, theme maker toolkit fashion, some bubbles, and maybe a different color, because it's very dark in there, so we can play around with a lot of colors down there, Fuaranna.
Yeah, that's true.
Give it like that super nice underwater color.
Yeah, like bit of turquoise. Oh, it fits our theme too. Turquoise lighting, a little bit subtle.
And I also saw the coaster, right? It has lights on too, right? And it looks even cooler when it goes under there too.
I haven't checked that out yet. I'm so curious.
But yeah, as you guys have seen in the background here, I've just played around with some water effects and did some stuff, some rocks, and I'm really happy how this turned out. Really happy.
You should be. It's really beautiful.
And then we did talk about that this lake you see where the water goes down to, it's sort of dried out a bit. There's still some water in it, but it's dried out, and the water kind of like, it goes into a sort of water system. I also made some sewers, which I didn't record, just did that off camera. It's nothing really important, but just so in some way or another, they just made their own water system here. Yeah, and also to keep all the flowers and stuff fresh and wet. Yep. Sometimes. But yeah, just doing some small things here at the end of this little build here before. I think next build is going to be yours again, Fuaranna. Oh. If I remember correctly.
My little plaza.
Your little plaza, as you guys saw in the cinematics. But of course, this lake here is going to get a lot more freshed up. And also this section here on the left, you see, where the coaster comes up. I actually made like an entire waterfall section where the coaster comes up for. Didn't record that either, but you'll see that at the end of the video. But hey, what is this?
It's me.
It's
me. I'm building again. Yeah, I made some pathing down that overview point, and we really had this idea of a plaza, but we didn't really make any lively market, vibrant places yet. So I really felt like adding some more residential buildings, smaller, small little unique buildings, and have a path going down and cascading down, and then you have market stalls next to it. And yeah, so with that in mind, I started building this, and I making this arch here.
I love that arch, by the way.
Thank you. I made it
separate. So cool.
I made it separate so we can still use it somewhere else.
Nice.
Yeah, I was struggling a little bit. I feel sometimes so clumsy when I'm doing the advanced movement tool. I mean, of course, I've been playing this.
No, it's the advanced. It's that one that is clumsy. It's not you.
Okay, well, that's good. But you see me here. I rotated the thing, and I was like, oh, all the pieces are, open on the other side, so I have to do that curve again. And well, it worked out more or less. So
beautiful. Why didn't I think about making an arch like that?
I don't know. You can still do it though. You can still do it.
So quaint.
Yeah. It's it will be an entrance to a little shop, and I just felt like this. When I think of a little bit of Arabic style buildings, I think of these really nice arches. The shapes of the arches are really unique, and then I was also thinking of really high buildings where you have these, curved, how do you say this, curved roofs and beams everywhere and cloth hanging, and I just really wanted to set that up a little bit here.
Yeah, this looks awesome when it's done.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, and I made them all these little buildings. I made them separate so we can use them at another part of the park again, because why we don't have enough time to make to make more new ones. It's so easy as that, but also why should you? You don't have to do it if you just change the colors a little bit, and yeah. Oh yeah, and here I'm doing a bit of angled building, and
love this.
I was thinking of having from that really big center building that I built in the start of this episode. I was thinking I would have buildings cascading down. So I'm trying to level it down a little bit from the height. Then I thought, it would be so cool to have a garden on top of this little building. So I will do that at some point too. Yeah, and I'm really happy with this.
Oh yeah, I love this section you did here at the start of the plaza. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really curious how we are going to do that with the market stalls though, because I found canopies, which we'll see later. And the canopies work really well. They are not off-grid, but they're really nice. But you can't recolor them, so you can make them nice, colorful colors. Maybe we can hang lanterns in there on ropes, those Arabian lanterns, and yeah, we have to clutter it up for real. And you're the king of clutter, so
Yeah. I actually can't wait now to now when we have all the stuff in the park now, kind of like a base foundation of where things are. So now it is literally just clutter up time. Let's clutter
it's
this bad boy up.
The most fun part is there now. Clutter
And it's
it
funny that we both kind of went that way. Like, we didn't want to overly detail stuff, and then we go and make like spires and stuff. But that's something else, you know. But I mean, just the smaller detail, the minor details, the detailing that we appreciate that others probably won't even see at some point, you know. That's the fun part for me.
Yep.
To make things come alive.
Yes.
Basically. So yeah, and I can't wait to get in and start that. I'm gonna work the next 10 hours in this park.
Yeah, I think I'm getting
tomorrow.
some caffeine in too, and then just build some blueprints, and then we can just plop that down. So when you're done, after you're in the park, and I can just on the side make some blueprints that we can use, and then clutter it up. I can't wait.
Yay!
So much fun.
And also, guys, if you want to be a part of our community, you should definitely join our Discord, where you also will have have an influence to who is gonna win the contest, because people in Nexus are allowed to vote in this contest here. So yeah, and also we will be streaming all of the parks next week, every day. So make sure to be there, guys. Just FYI. And yeah. So what else? I mean, I love all this stuff you're doing to these. You know what I found funny? Is that when it's your builds, there's so much color to it. Where I take my builds and I basically just go with one color and then brown. You'll see that in the two next in the video here. But I was just thinking, like, it's nice to have that, you know, like, because I don't know, sometimes I don't think about color as so much again.
Yeah, where color is basically my reason for living. Okay, that's quite intense, but you know what I mean. It's my job as well, and I just really love experimenting with color. And it also is good that you don't have that, because then it is least likely that it will clash. Because you have maybe a bit more calm buildings, and then mine are maybe a bit more screaming and vibrant. And then if we put them next to each other, they really complement each other. I think that works really well. Yeah,
I totally agree. And I love all the stuff you've done here. You did so much. Holy cow.
Yeah, I did. I'm looking at it back now, and I didn't. Of course, when you're in the flow, you don't realize how long you're building. But then,
exactly.
This is all.
Then you go check your videos.
4 hours later.
I'm like, what? I thought I was fast.
Yeah. This is all sped up 12 times, so it definitely isn't this fast in real life, of course.
Though, I gotta say, this is the fastest project I've ever done and actually finished.
That's good.
In so short notice, you know, like, cause my projects usually haul. But not this time, because I really like too that we have this small section to build on, because it's just too much sometimes. If you see, okay, I have this flat map and it's so big, sometimes it's just too much, you know. It's easier if you have a little bit smaller thing, because then you'll get the brain going. You'll get like, oh, maybe then I can just build this here, and then it's already filled out, you know.
Yeah. It's overwhelming when you have this really big blank canvas. Might as well start at some point, and then maybe just knit everything together later when you get more inspiration. It's good that you guys came up with this smaller map for this. Oh, you see me struggling here to select the pieces, because they're like...
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Because these guys are like, the hitboxes are meh.
Indeed.
But I love it though. Love the art, the deco you put in this guy here.
It's a little bit
just
special.
Really love these buildings you're doing here.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I am thinking of just putting them all up as like a little set on the workshop. I think I can do that.
Oh, for sure.
All three.
I think we should. I think we should, as much as
Yeah.
we can build in here that is blueprintable.
Mm-hmm.
We should put it up for sure on the workshop. Maybe even take some of the buildings and remodify them a bit for the workshop.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, obviously not the big ones with the 2.4K roofs and spires.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them are already 4K spires. Exactly that. Especially that onion dome on the coaster station that I made. That one is I don't even know, 4,000 or something, or 3,000. So yeah, and then the coaster station has a completely custom roof as well. So that one will not be able. I won't be able to upload that, I think. But all these smaller ones are cute too, and work nice on maybe a main street or something like that. Oh, here I'm doing that roof garden. It's yeah.
Yeah, it adds so much, right?
It's always so surprising when you have some foliage and you put them in. It makes everything so lively, so much more happy.
It's just cheat codes.
Yeah.
You need a cheat code for Planko. How do I make things look good? Place a bush.
Yep. Rotate them though. It's really important that you rotate.
Oh yeah, that's rule
just
number
press
one.
Z the whole time.
Rotate.
Yeah. Yeah, here I'm making another planter. Yeah.
Damn, you're building so much. Love it.
Yeah, I really love this building that I'm building here now. I have a feel I would love to live in this building. It's a cute size. And
I'd love to just live here.
yeah, man. You know what? I also realized I was, building in this park, and this sounds super, maybe a bit cringe, but so people be warned. But when your town is coming together, when your park is coming together, it almost feels like you're getting to know your park. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get like a personal relationship with it.
And it's like, oh, what will it look like when I put foliage here? And then all of a sudden it feels like it has always been there, if you do it right, I guess. I don't know. You see me fiddle around a lot here with different pieces, so...
I agree. I love that you use all these sort of pieces, building pieces, like even these windows. They fit so well.
Yeah, if it saves pieces, then yeah. Oh yeah, and this is of course
not like that's an issue anymore.
I mean, if every building is a 4K building, the park is going to be tanking so hard, so fast.
It already is.
Yeah, okay, close enough. Well, these buildings are more like thousands.
Yeah.
Anyway, these buildings are more like 1,000 pieces each, more or less. So these are not that heavy. Yeah. Oh, and there I made some. I really like to. Okay, so I had this idea of mixing a little bit of a Mediterranean feel with the Moorish, and I think it worked really well in this building because of those.
It works so well.
Those limestone arches at the bottom, and then you have those Moorish it's actually door arches at the top. Both of them, they still work. It's so much fun to see.
Yeah, I love what you did. I love what you did here. I remember I said, "Oh, you used them as windows."
Yeah. So much possibilities.
Fits so well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is coming together so well.
Yeah. Here I'm trying to fix the trims. And I was like, they're too smooth. And then I found the World Peace Victorian ones. They work really well. Yeah. A little bit of a
I love
corner,
this building here.
corner pieces. Yeah.
It's good you do this, making the building looks a little bit different, because I'm going like total Moorish on the two next buildings. You're gonna look through here right in a sec.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you see me here strip the dome off that building.
Trying to see what looks best. I remember you asking about this.
The roof.
Works
felt
well
it
though.
was a bit too empty without something on the sides. With
Right.
just the dome. Just trying to fiddle around.
So you try.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see.
that one. Yep, there we go. Boom. Feels like a rich
It really does.
house. Ooh, that's your build now.
Okay, yeah, now we're going over here. I did cut off some stuff out too here because it's mainly a lot of the same pieces I use. But here I just wanted something big to like that can look over the town and kind of like look down to the dried out lake where the coaster goes and stuff. You know, like I think I said we could make this a hotel. It kind of feels like that. It has sort of like the vibe because it's so majestic in a way. And I just like how it looked when it was done. And you'll see the cinematics. There are, I mean, not too, but it really does look cool when you see everything placed together. But as I said, I'm going more with the standard like color scheme here, just making the trims a little bit more decorative, but then still going with the plain kind of Moorish wall set. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this section over here is pretty much just sort of the same color scheme, but still in the same vibe as the other builds we've done. But overall, I'm quite happy how this build looked. There's not getting anything placed inside of it to this time. It's mainly just the building I do, and then afterwards I do another building as well. I'm basically finishing off this entire side over here, so we get this closed off. So when you come from the bridge, you have this entire strip here with these Moorish type of enormous buildings. So I mean, I feel like this is some sort of a rich fantasy Moorish town, right? Like they don't need anything here. They're like rich as fuck. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy. And here again, I added this tower up here because I felt like this little tower balcony I did here was quite cool.
It's perfect.
And as soon as I add that on, it gives it like a way better touch to
exactly.
it, right?
It's perfect for it.
And I felt like if this was going to be a hotel, we could go a little bit more richer in that way, that I wanted to give them this iron balcony instead of just stone balcony or something, you know. Also just doing that sort of different things on your builds, even though you have the same color and design and stuff, just adding different pieces to it also changed a lot.
Yep.
So here I was trying to make a window, but as you see I cut it out 'cause it failed. So going up to the roof here, where I'm actually adding making a little bit of a custom trim on up here, because I felt like I wanted to make it look a little bit more, you know, as I say, majestic, more wealthy. So I tried to give us a little bit more custom stuff up here, and I actually kind of like how it ended up looking. Saw a little bit of it there. And then I'm doing a flower bed here to add a little bit more palms and a little bit more lush environment. And it adds so much, as you said before, you know. Place down a tree or a bush and bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. And here I'm also mixing it up a bit, so it's not only the tulip thing. And also all the tulip flower beds I've done and stuff, all those are gonna get a little bit more shrub and stuff in, so it doesn't just look like it does.
I love tulips though. But yeah, that tropical feel, that tropical vibe of this is all adding so much to it that we can't ignore it.
Exactly. We have to do it.
We have to. This building.
So here here I'm also making a little bit custom trim. Actually, everything here is pretty much custom except for the Moorish walls. And I'm actually quite happy on how this turned out. I was mainly just fiddling. I didn't know. Like, I was just like trying to put, you see me try so many different pieces and trims, because I was like, let me just try build something that has different theme and not just the Moorish thing we've used. As you can see here, trying just to add some stuff, and overall when everything comes together, it actually looks super cool. And this is also the last build of the speed build, by the way. We are getting close to the end. Can't believe we've been talking for like almost 45 minutes.
It's a long episode, but there's a lot of building being done in the last few days.
Yeah. It is, and as I said, we will have one more left for you guys, which will be through the week, while all the live streams are going on as well. But that will also be the last, and then a cinematic showcase will come after all this stream stuff, and then you guys will see the final result on the last day of the stream, because that's where it's our turn to show off our creation. So that was just a little information there to you guys. But it will also be on the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we are slowly moving towards the end here now. Because I'm not doing any interior and stuff in these buildings. I'm mainly just building the facades right now, the fronts, and just making it look nice. And in the meantime, there are some stuff I do off camera. I fix the water a bit. I do this little circle thing you can stand and look at the coaster coming up from the underwater section. And there's a lot of stuff I've been doing, yeah. So, but it's not really necessary to watch, because, yeah.
These buildings look majestic, though. I really like that. And this little building that you made on the side. Well, those little towers. I mean, all of these buildings that you built here, I've also tried to use later on. It's really looking beautiful.
Yes, there we have it, guys. The cinematics of our beautiful build here. I can't say otherwise. But Fuaranna, we did it once again. Yeah. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.
And talking people's ears to yeah. No, we weren't that bad. So, but one more episode, guys, and yeah, catch you another time. See you out there. Stay awesome. All the good stuff and safe. And me and Fuaranna will catch you on the next video. Bye.